Other point of view, the office was filled with a pin drop silence. Wan stood in front of her boss, Jungkook. Miss Wan, how many meetings I have to attend today? Wan opened her tablet and looked at it before answering him. Boss, you have only one meeting left to attend, which is on 5 p.m. Jungkook nodded. After some time later, they both get up to go in the meeting. Wan followed Jungkook from behind. The meeting room was filled with a heavy silence. Jungkook sat at the head of the long, dark table, his sharp eyes scanning every document with a calm authority. Everyone in the room could feel his aura, the powerful boss who controlled half the city's underworld with just a glance. When the deal was finally sealed, both parties stood up shaking hands. Jungkook gave a small nod. He is voice echoing, good, I'll expect the first shipment by next week. Clients agreed with him, and after that, they left the meeting room. Wine quietly gathered the papers and walked toward him, holding a file out with both hands. Boss, this is the final agreement file, she said softly, trying to keep her voice steady. Jungkook reached out to take it, but as their fingers pressed, he froze. Her skin felt unusually. His brows furrowed instantly. Without saying a word, he stood up from his leather chair, his tall frame towering over her. Ryan, you are a... He said in a low, commanding tone. I'm fine, sir. She blinked in surprise. Before she could finish, Jungkook pressed the back of his hand to her forehead, his jaw tightening. You call this fine? He said, his tone sharp but filled with a concern. You have got a fever and you still came to work. Ryan looked down. Boss, I just did not want to skip the work, Jungkook sighed. But you should also take care of your health. What if it gets worse? Now let's go. Let me drop you to the home. No, sir, I will go by myself. You don't have to trouble yourself. Ryan, no more arguing. Let's go, he said in commanding tone. Okay, boss. Jungkook nodded and thus they both left for the car. Ryan, in a wrapped in a blanket, her fever had gone down a little after taking the medicine Jungkook sent through one of his men. She was feeling but better. Her eyes were half closed when her phone suddenly started ringing. She glanced at the screen. Boss Jungkook. Her heart skipped a bit. Why is he calling me at this hour? She whispered to herself, quickly sitting up before answering. Hello, boss. Her voice came out soft and sleepy. On the other hand, and Jungkook's voice filled her ear, calm but less with a concern. You awake? You were? Did I wake up you? No, is something wrong? She replied, smiling faintly. There was a small pause before he spoke again. I just wanted to make sure you are okay. You sounded really earlier. Viance at his word. No one had ever cared for her this way, especially not him. The man everyone feared was checking on her in the middle of the night. I'm feeling better now. The medicine helped. Thank you for sending it, boss. She said gently. Jungkook softly. Good. Rest properly. Don't come to work tomorrow. But Vance said, but she cut off by Jungkook. No arguments. He interrupted in his usual strict voice. Before she could reply, the line went silent. He had hung up. Vian smiled to herself, placing the phone on the bedside table. Her heart was beating fast, her cheeks, not from the fever this time, but from the way his voice sounded when he said her name. She got up slowly and walked to the window connected to her room. The cold night breeze touched her face as she leaned against the railing, looking at the moonlight. On the small table near was her camera. She picked it up and started scrolling through the pictures. Her eyes softened. They were all of Jungkook. Some were from office meetings, others were from events where he stood tall in his black suits, looking powerful and untouchable. She had secretly taken them, unable to stop herself. Her fingers brushed over the screen as she whispered, why do you have this effect on me, Jungkook? She smiled sadly, knowing her love for him was a one-sided, at least for now. I wish you knew how much I. Van was peacefully on the couch while her little ba- which is a cat, was peacefully in her arms as a Vian cares her head. But the peaceful silence broke by the doorbell. Vian got up slowly and go to open the door with a fur in her hands. Boss, you are here? Jungkook smiled nervously. No one can believe if they had seen him smiling nervously. I mean, he is the. But nothing in front of the woman he. I hope you are better now, he said and extended the flowers bouquet. I'm good. Wait a minute. She put the fur down who stood beside Yan legs. Thank you, boss. Come inside, please, she said and took bouquet. Jungkook nodded and sat on the couch. Then Wan put the flowers on the table and went inside the kitchen. While Jungkook saw her, he chuckled under his, seeing the little cat following her. Wan come after few seconds with a glass of water. Thank you. He drank the water and put the glass on the table. My mom cooked this food for you. Hope you will like it. Jungkook said, placing the little bag which Wayan did not see earlier. Wayan eyes widened. Boss, you did not have to do this all. Mrs. John got into trouble because of me. No, there is nothing like that. And now eat this and take your medicine. Man cannot say he wake up early and decided what he should cook for her. Then he brought the food for her made by him. Thank you, boss. Jungkook nodded softly, but his attention went to his feet, where Fur is looking at him. Fur, don't disturb, boss. She took her and placed her on the couch. Mama is coming. Till then, sit here, Boss, I am coming. Jungkook nodded, then Yan took the bag and went to kitchen to put inside. Do you wanted to come to Appa? He said, extending his arms. Little Fur jumped in his arms happily. Boss, Fur did not I told you. It's okay. She's not disturbing me. Why not? Then Jungkook stood up and gave her to Wan. Take care of your mama. She has a fever. Wan cheeks turned red. Now leaving. Take care of yourself. Wan nodded. Jungkook smiled a little and went away, leaving a blushing Wan. You are so lucky, Fur, who gets chance to go in his arms. Little Fur look at her mom whining face. Wan exciting. I cannot wait to look stunning bridesmaids only. Jane chuckled, Van elder brother. First eat these fruits, you look weak little one. Van pouting. Oppa, I am not. Please don't treat me like that. Jeho, Van, no matter how much you will grown up, you will going to Jin's little. Even Jivo is a little jealous from you. Jehob said, who is Jin's friend. You should learn something from Jin Oppa. Look how he's taking care of Van. Van and Jin laugh. As this is not new. You are saying like I did not do anything for you. I convinced mom that for your marriage with your BF, it was your duty. Look, Ryan, she never care what I do for her. Okay, okay, we got it everything. Let's talk about Oni's wedding. Jivo, right? Should we go on shopping, Ryan? Ryan thumbs up. And thus they all went to shopping. The church was beautifully decorated with white flowers and candles. Guests filled the seats, camera flashed, and everyone was smiling. Ryan looked stunning in her light pink bridesmaid dress, holding a bouquet as she walked beside the Jivo. The bride looked radiant, her eyes shining with happiness. Jin stood proudly, watching the ceremony begin. Jacob looked emotional, seeing his little sister finally marrying. Everything was a perfect until it was not. Just as Jivo and her groom reached the altar, a loud screech echoed from the outside. Cars, black, expensive, and tinted, stopped in front of the church. Within a second, men in black suits rushed in, surrounding the guests. Were arrested. People screamed, filled the air. Everyone, stay where you are, one of them shouted. Jane immediately stepped in front of Ryan, shielding her. What is happening? Who are you people? The church door opened again, and that's when he appeared, Jeon Jungkook. His black suit, sharp eyes, and cold expression made the whole room freeze. The the same man Wan worked for, the man she trusted. Wan eyes widened in disbelief. Jungkook, she whispered. He walked straight toward her, ignoring the chaos, ignoring the fear around him. His men parted as he moved. What do you want from us? Jin shouted angrily. Jungkook's gaze did not waver. He stopped right in front of Wyan and said in awe, you cannot marry anyone except me. Wyan sputtered in shock. What are you saying? I'm not. Before she could finish, Jungkook grabbed her wrist and pulled her close. His whole frame, she struggled, eyes wide with confusion. Boss, stop. You are scaring everyone. He did not reply. His eyes softened for a split second as he looked at her, and then suddenly he put in Yan's mouth, and Yan's vision blurred. Everything started spinning. Boss, what did you? She mumbled weakly before collapsing in his arms. Jungkook caught her instantly, holding her tightly against his. His expression again as he looked at his man. Move out now. The guest watched in frozen silence as Jungkook carried a yarn out of the church like she was his most precious. Jin tried to run after them, but the man blocked his way. Don't move, one said coldly before holding him. And within a minute, they were gone, leaving behind a scene of shock, tears, and confusion. Vian's head as she slowly opened her eyes, her vision was blurry at first, and the faint scent of expensive cologne filled the room. The she was lying on was soft, far too soft to be a. When her eyes adjusted, she froze. The room was large, dimly lit, and luxuriously decorated, black and gold everywhere. And sitting right beside her on the edge of the bed was Jungkook. He was leaning forward, elbows on his, eyes fixed on her. The relief on his face was visible when he saw her awake. You are finally up, he said quietly, his voice low and Ryan sat up quickly, clutching the blanket. Where am I? What did you do, Jungkook? Why did you? Me? She asked, her voice trembling in confusion and anger. Jungkook did not answer immediately. He just stared at her, his expression unreadable. Then slowly he spoke, because I. Ryan blinked. What? He repeated faintly, his eyes locking onto hers. I cannot see you getting married to someone else, Ryan. You to me. Before she could react, Jungkook reached out, cupped her face, and pressed his against her. His was full of emotion, fear. Ryan's eyes widened at first, but then something inside her melted. Her heart raced, and her hand slowly moved up to his. She him back softly, mumbling against his. Jungkook pulled back slightly, eyes wide. What did you just say? Ryan blushed, looking away. He blinked in disbelief. Wait, you? Then why were you getting married today? Ryan stared at him, confused for a moment, then realization her. Oh my god, she muttered, face palming herself. Jungkook, are you serious right now? Jungkook frowned, looking adorably lost. What? It was not my wedding, she said, almost laughing. It was my friend Jivo's wedding. I was just a. His eyes widened. What? Ryan crossed her arms, glaring up playfully. Yeah, mister. You, an entire wedding, scare hundreds of people and me because your brain thought it was my wedding. Jungkook looked completely speechless. But Taehyung and Jimin told me you were getting married today, he said slowly, almost embarrassed. Van rolling her eyes. Next time tell your man to give you proper information, Jungkook. He rubbed the back of his, clearly feeling stupid. I might have overreacted. Might have. she teased, leaning closer with a smirk. He gave a small smile, shaking his head. I just could not lose you, Yan. The thought of you being with someone else, it made me lose. One heart softened at his words. She his cheeks gently and whispered, well, now that you know the truth, drop me back there fast. Everyone must be worried. Jungkook sighed but nodded. Alright, I'll take you, and I'm staying there too. I owe them an apology. Ryan chuckled. Wow, Jeon Jungkook the scary boss returning to the place he is someone from. Brave. He smirked slightly, giving his car keys. For you, I'll do anything. Other point of view, Jungkook apologized to everyone while Jin was angry on him as he just took his sister away. In present, after 2 months, Swan and Jungkook got married. It was for Jungkook to convince Jin, but when Jin saw his sister so much so for her happiness, he agreed. Jungkook pushed open the door with a yarn in his arms. He placed her on the where is fur? Fur is with my mom. You should focus on me tonight. Van blushed. Jungkook lay down slowly and placed his on her. He said softly, placing a peck on her forehead, while Yan smiled and snuggled more into him.